Okay. Welcome back to CharacterSelect. Dave and Scout. Back for more. Alan Wake 2. The Lake House. Where... boy howdy! It's not enough to make a good game, but Remedy decides to make a good game teasing at their next really good game.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Rip Dylan.
God, I hope not. He did say
apparently if you start doing the Lake House expansion before playing the main story, there are extra scenes of Estevez talking about this place.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gonna switch to this one.
2, 3.
Sublevel 5.
6.
This seems bad.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Gear up.
The Marmots had opened the door into Cauldron Lake's threshold. It was forced. It was unstable. Shutting the experiment down was the only option.
But somebody didn't want me to.
Oof.
Ooh. Hello, buddy.
Oh boy. Oh.
Are they still against each other?
Or is it recounting like a twisted version of events that have already happened? Her killing her husband.
Oh.
Oh, I don't like the way she's moving.
Yep.
Ugh.
Is that a hunk of black rock she's killing him with?
It's a hunk of rock, at least. Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. Damn. You got him.
Typical fucking Marmots.
Fine. Fine. Fucking.
She don't give
Wow.
a shit. This bitch is giving you fucking lefty loosey and righty tighty. Ooh, blam.
I was trying to heal. It didn't quite
I
work.
saw.
Jesus.
This bitch is scary.
Ow, wrong button. Oh, Jesus. Fuck me. I don't know what the dodge window is for that.
That
I'm
goes
flashbang
quick.
for the dodge timing for that, right?
Maybe. Whoa.
Oh boy. Ah.
Ah!
The threshold's about to fracture. Where'd she go?
Up there, I see her. Bullshit.
Ooh. Only knocked you down.
Nah, I winged him a bit with damage. He finished his healing. That definitely was not the call. That thing doesn't hurt her. Okay, that's what that's what you paint your blackstones for. Good hit. Good hit.
No, run.
She can't, she's too hurt for her. Just waddle faster. Her desk lamp flickered.
Whoa.
She remembered his smile.
On.
Here it is. Ooh.
Hey, well dodged.
Whoa!
Good question, girl.
Ah,
Good
fuck.
question.
Come on.
Good dodge.
1, 2.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Both of them
Time
at
to run,
once.
Estevez. Yep.
Ooh, a flare might also be a good call there to keep him back.
Nice.
God, she is
Hey! You got that.
fucking hell.
You are on
She got-
point today.
Well
She
done.
got torn the fuck apart by those gunshots. Jesus Christ.
I know what the Marmonts did to you, to Rudolph Lane. I will do whatever I can to make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen again. The Marmonts are dead.
I don't know if this is gonna have any effect. I doubt
I
it.
don't know if that's any sort of consolation, but it's done. The threshold is tearing itself apart. I need to shut this down. Look, I'm sorry. I know you didn't make a choice here. It's not fair, but I have to shut this threshold down before it fractures.
He was just a dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very dark right now.
Sure is. Excuse me?
Agent Estevez stood in the forest just outside of Bright Falls. She watched her team detain Alan Wake and Elmo Cosmo, stuffing them into black SUVs. She realized this was the moment Wake had been writing in the vision she had seen. The story was coming true. She pushed the thought out of her head. It had been a good tip, a way to find Wake. Nothing more.
Alan Wake!
After the threshold event collapsed, I was back at Cauldron Lake.
Hey, it's Booker.
Moment
Mm-hmm.
I was somewhere else. I saw Alan Wake there. He was writing about me finding him in Bright Falls, in the woods. It was a good tip. I called the surviving members of my team, and I told them to meet me there. You know, these cases, they never get less ambiguous or easier. This one, this was tough. Because protocol says entities like the Taken are monsters, threats. But the Marmots were monsters way before the Shadow got to them. So at the end of the day, what's the difference?
It's not really a good way to think.
I don't know, I feel like you could internalize that as well as saying, like, hey, if there is no difference, then I just gotta treat them like anyone, so it probably makes it a lot easier to deal with probably ending up having to kill a bunch of bad people who aren't monsters literally, but just, you know, emotionally. Hey, if you're gonna be as bad as a Taken, alakablam.
Ready to take a leap, but that only comes after. For this was the end scene. This was the end of an era. This was the sum of my body of work. When I'll be long gone, you can hold this together.
God, I love the music in these games.
Everything that comes after, and we'll always have this. All these moments that led us here, all this joy and these heartaches, they're woven into our very fabric. No one can take that away from us.
Hey, Sam Lake, can you do me a favor and stop being so fucking amazing?
Yeah.
It's really giving me an inferiority complex.
The journey that made us who we are.
Although I guess it's more that he brings people together that are all amazing. Not
Yeah.
just him.
So this song, it has a couple of theories about it.
I mean, it's talking about both the game on a meta level. Right?
Yes.
It must be.
Yeah.
I choose to look back and see you've come so far. Yes,
Yeah, it's totally about playing the game.
It is, but also I believe it was, in its own way, at the same time, a lot about them making the game happen. Like, they mean an end of the an era in the finality of kind of crafting a lot of all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they are talking about all of this. And probably a lot about some loss along the way.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the chapter we just played. This is all about the game.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. I love it.
There is also the dreamer theory. That if the dreamer
Fair.
stops dreaming, all of this disappears.
Yeah.
That if Alan's wife stops dreaming, they vanish. She has to keep on dreaming until it all comes back.
That would track too, yeah.
the journey that brought us here. The journey that brought us here.
Or, there are a couple of other ones.
Mm-hmm.
There is the mixed painting of Jesse and Dylan as the director.
Was it Jesse and Dylan? I thought it was Jesse and Trench, but okay.
I think it was Jesse and Dylan.
Fair.
That there is supposed to be a third person.
Deep breaths.
What was that?
Deep breaths, deep breaths. Oh, it is
Yeah.
about Poe. Poe is the dreamer then.
Clock stopped.
was dropped. What a mess. What a mess. Deep breaths.
That's all I want.
6 deep breaths. Forget all the rest. Sharp,
So,
sharp pain. There's something in the way.
This is the end of Alan Wake 2. There's no other DLC planned for this game. They're moving on to their other games. So, let's talk about what else is coming up for the Remedy Dream Team, shall we?
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
So, before the Remedy Dream Team came into being, Scow, you and I played Max Payne and Max Payne 2 and Max Payne 3.
Yep.
Max Payne 1 and 2 are getting remade. So, V, you're coming with us on that journey, because that's a Remedy game.
Hell yeah. Sounds
And
like
then,
Just like that.
I think it was about a month and a half ago.
A couple of months by this point, I think.
Yeah. Remedy announced that they were coming out with a new game set in the oldest house called Firebreak, which is a, strangest of things, 3-person co-op extraction shooter game. And if that's not fucking perfect for the three of us, I don't know what is.
And I feel like it might be set in an event, New York.
Well, it could be. From what little we saw in the trailer, it looked like it was set in a threshold in the oldest house, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, but I feel like that it kind of looked almost tutorially. I wonder if that threshold in the oldest house is your first step, and then bam, the extraction shooter part is out there in altered world New York.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah. I'm very excited for that one. The fact that it's 3-player as opposed to 4 as well, it's like, that's a very specific choice. I'm like, oh, that's convenient.
That is a very specific choice. Very weird.
Maybe they know.
convenient.
If you're listening, Remedy, thanks.
Yeah, if you're
Appreciate that one.
If you're watching our playthrough of this Remedy, hi.
Hi.
This is weird. If you're not watching this playthrough, well, I guess whatever.
Yeah. But if you are, also, I would love to get a coffee with you guys. I'm sure it'd be great.
Oh my god. Easier for you than me, but... Well, you than me and me, I guess, but... I guess, final thoughts on Alan Wake 2 as a whole?
I don't know that I can really encapsulate it in any kind of thought that's final, because it's one of those games where, as my brain just sort of spends some time ruminating, usually not even on the game itself, it'll suddenly go, hey, remember that thing?
That's true.
It's like if I give a final thought now, I almost feel like I'm doing myself a disservice, because I know I'm gonna, like, sit there and ponder, or I'm gonna see something, and it will spark an impression in me, and I will want to consider that maybe my final thought, or I'll consider it just one of maybe many. If I did sum up how I'm feeling about it so far, I think that it is an incredible game, and although there are barriers to it gameplay-wise, there always has been, it's not really about the combat, although they've improved all that. It's not about the boss fights, although they've still improved all of that. It is definitely about the everything else. It's the entire rest of the experience in all of its measures. And I feel like it's a bit of a shame that some of the reviews for the game are entirely down to the gameplay aspects without taking into account everything else.
Well, I will say that your experience with this game is through the lens of me playing it. And as we all know, I suck ass. I mean, I have my ups and downs sometimes, but...
You did pretty good today.
Even then, it's like, I have control on the PC as well, and playing it mouse and keyboard is a lot easier, and it feels a lot sleeker and a lot smoother, but it still carries with it, like, that inherent...
weightiness?
Soupy chonkiness.
Weightiness,
that all of the games have, that is a barrier to just, like, completely settling into the game and enjoying it. But that is part of the experience in and of itself, but, you know.
It's definitely, like, with the exception of Max Payne, every Remedy game since... What the hell did they do after Max... Or every Remedy game since Alan Wake has felt like actions are very deliberately...
How did Quantum Break feel to play?
Quantum Break felt really good 90% of the time, and the 10% was constantly present. It was one of those
Yeah.
games where the gunplay felt really good when you were up against targets that were in front of you. If you had to spin around, suddenly it was weird. Everything feels like, not like you're in mud, because everything feels really snappy. It feels like you're on ice. You don't turn, you spin. And
It's
that's a very big
I guess,
difference.
skatey, yeah.
Yeah.
I do think Quantum Break's letdown was in boss fights. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, God,
Oh
the
my
boss fights were
God.
terrible.
Ugh.
But Quantum Break had so many good moments to it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
Quantum
absolutely.
Break was a set-piece game, and there's
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with that, but...
I really, really want to see the, like, Sean, Dylan, Tim Breaker, like, all of that crossover would be incredible. Like, if a Control 2 happens and it pulls in all of that, I would be blown away. But also,
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't feel like it's in Remedy's nature to pull any of these ties together either.
Not in a way that would necessarily definitively...
I don't think they're going to Avengers up at the end, and there'll be
No.
Jesse and Dylan and Multiverse Dylan, who is Tim, or is Dylan Multiverse Tim? Is everything everyone's imagination? Is Alan Wake the writer? They're fucking
Well, I think
Mysterion at the top of it all, you know, like...
if you look at Alan Wake 2, you definitely had to play Alan Wake to understand what was happening.
Yes.
You could play it without having played Alan Wake, but it would not be as a functionally good experience. However, even though they referenced Quantum Break and also Control,
Those games stand alone very powerfully.
Those games
But
stand alone.
they aren't sequels, though. That's the whole
Right.
point. Those are first games of their thing.
Right, but then in the DLC, which they are guaranteed that the people that really liked Alan Wake 2 and the series are going to be playing, and then everybody else is just going to be like, I just want more Alan Wake 2. The DLC not only has those nice little nods to their other games, they have full-on integral parts, like Dylan. If you haven't played Control, you have no idea who the fuck Dylan is or why that's important.
Hold up a
Yeah.
sec. As these credits were scrolling by, End of an Era was only written by Sam Lake. He's the only lyrics credit on it.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
is
But
cool.
I think that's the way that Remedy designs games, is they design their games to be like, yeah, if you've played our previous games, here's a nice little wink, nudge, nudge for you. But if you buy our DLC, here's how it actually connects to everything at large. Which is a very interesting way to do it.
For those super fans who are gonna be buying the DLC anyways.
Yeah, exactly. And they did it with Control as well.
Like
Not
us.
necessarily with the Foundation. They did it with AWE, which was all about Alan Wake. If you didn't like Control, or you only wanted to play Control and you weren't all that interested in the cosmology, shut up, music, I'm fucking talking here. Then you probably didn't pick up AWE, or if you did, it made you interested in Alan Wake, and that's probably what got everybody to pick this game greenlit. So, I mean, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, their design philosophy, and I love it. More Remedy games, please. But we're getting to the logos here, so we're getting to the end.
Indeed. Next year, I'm so excited for Firebreak.
Me too. I'm pumped for that.
I just pulled up the press page for it, and yeah, it's set within the enigmatic Federal Bureau of Control.
Yeah.
Although their sting is, as the Bureau's headquarters faces a deadly and prolonged siege by otherworldly forces, only Firebreak, its most adaptable response unit, has the skills and courage to restore order. Yeah, I don't know that it doesn't actually ever say that you are in the oldest house, that's where you're operating. It just says, as their headquarters, which we know is the oldest house, faces a deadly and prolonged siege. I don't know if it's happening inside there or...
Yeah. They're
outside.
connected to many different thresholds, but
Yeah.
is it coming from inside the house?
Is
Or
the call from coming from... No.
Alright, thank you for the fonts. Remedy, Epic Games, Northlight. I think that's the other thing. The Northlight engine is all about storytelling as opposed to combat, and I think that's why its combat can feel a little clunky. It works, but I don't think it was the primary intent when they made the engine.
Yeah.
Stinger? Stinger? Maybe? Last time we got
Wake sitting down for shawarma. Oh, I saw a flicker.
Nope.
No, that's that.
Yeah, no.
Dang.
Yeah.
I saw a flicker of grey and I was like, ooh. Well, that was fun.
Alright. Well, next time on Character Select, we are finally done with Alan Wake 2, which took the better part of the year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed this. I think this game really did deserve Game of the Year.
Absolutely.
And up against some really stiff competition, too. So, yeah, I think this game is great. But next time the Remedy Dream Team reconvenes, we'll be playing something else. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. Scow, V, thank you very much for joining me on this journey.
Oh, it's been
fun.
a pleasure.
So much fun.
Hope you have yourselves a lovely motherfucking good time. Do take care.